Hello, world, and welcome to the Enough Talk video podcast featuring the new spoiled cards for a new order. I'm so excited. I am the man stuck at night in autumn down in this like flooded street. Why is there a car stuck in front of me? This is very confusing. And is that girl just sitting in it? What is happening? I am Paul Ashman, and I am joined by, is this Logan or Jesse Grabowski?
Christ. I get that a lot, and I never understood it.
I believe you have. Did you not invent a game built around the premise? Like I just thought you had steered into the skid.
Yeah, I did a little bit. It was a good game, Jesse or Logan. But
Is
it's
it
a lot of
Logan
baby pictures and stuff.
or just cheating? Very good, very good. I feel like it's pretty easy to tell, right? You're demonstrably taller than your brother at probably all points in the chronology.
Yeah, but people were pretty terrible at it. Now you could play the game too. We could play Paul or Mark.
Well, one of us has an evil felt goatee, and the other does not. So it's sort of a dead giveaway. And
Musically, yeah, musically it's
I'm
you.
not.
I had this
It's true.
theory for a long time that so Paul's an evil twin, and
I hope
it's never been clear to me that Mark, the evil twin, is actually the evil one. So I had this theory for a long, long time that Paul was actually the evil one on the down low. And now that he has a
so.
mirror universe goatee, I think that pretty much confirms it.
I think it's an off the air story, but I do have a delightful story about running into Jim Chatham and his now fiancee Beth at a movie theater. Me and my twin brother, and one of the more surreal conversations in my life followed that encounter. But it's probably not for broadcast. But it was a real delight, let me tell you.
So,
Because that's a lot of crazy people. That's for abnormal people. In a sort of, it was a very sitcom moment, right? Sort of four cartoonish characters all seeing a movie. It was pretty bizarre.
that's going in the movie.
That's right.
For a long, yeah, we were
Oh,
collecting movie scenes for a long time.
oh, still rolling, man. I've almost got enough. It's gonna be an Annie Hall type picture where we just bounce from scene to scene. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. I got Crab. This is Big Monster Crab. I am, in fact, a gigantic Timmy. I want to play all the largest creatures ever. And so Crab lets me do that easy. I've got the 4 gold box, but then I use my cool Sujekin Sensei to get +1. And I have to pay more for Samurai. I have this one Samurai in my deck. That would be Bayoshi Natoshi. Everybody else, non-Samurai. You got the Conqueror here in Crab, who came out last set. And then, of course, the card that made me want to come revisit this is the new Ogre, because now that's like the last missing non-unique piece to go with the other Ogre. Of course, the card that I really wanted to play with is this crap courtier guy here. The
Nice.
rest is just a pretense. The rest is just a pretense. So, big non-uniques. I got the Conqueror, I got my Ogres, and then I got a slew of uniques. Kuni Renyu and Tomika are some Shugenja. Doesn't really do much. Dark Nagazushi. It doesn't do a whole lot for me. Uh, I guess it lets me use my unsettling gatherings on spells or something. But you're just looking at the numbers. They've got big force. I've got 3 Strength of the Bear, which is a card that, it's a good straight bow battle action that I've wanted to play for a while. And now I finally have a deck with enough 5 force printed force guys that I can do that. So I'm excited about my Dynasty deck at least, because it's a lot of big monsters, and that always makes me happy. On the Fate side, I continue this theme of having huge, gigantic gold costs with Bow of Ritual Blessings, and then the new items that I wanted to test out. The Demolisher, upon which me and you are split on opinion. I really like it, you kind of hate it. And then Wormbone Katana, the limp version, in Raiden Osuchi. Unsettling Gathering and Planted Evidence, because if you're going to play expensive Fate cards, you might as well play the 2 best you can. Strength of the Bear, Way of the Crab, the Thrill of Daring. I'm playing the Thrill of Daring, and the other, there's a sort of discipline subtheme. So Courage Beyond Question, the Thrill of Daring, Lost in transit, ideological differences, though that one may be a mistake because I do have like one 3PH guy and one 2PH guy. And then Brazen Disregard, I got a whole slew of just like, it's all about being really big and then negating what they're doing and fears that I would run out of effects to keep me up and keep me there. And so I've prioritized a bunch of discipline cards. I've got the rings. I've got the. I just assume I have long-term fruitions in here, but I might not. Okay, I have the rings. And I got reprisal because maybe one day I'll get this card to work. And that is my big scary monsters deck. It's new and exciting, but it's not that new, but it's still very exciting.
No, I think this is a little bit off the beaten path. Crab with the Sensei to make extra gold. People have been exploring, but I don't know how much of the sort of ogres and monsters type build people have been running with.
It's not a dual deck. I feel like a lot of people hamstring themselves into trying to, like, they have these big guys and then they play Bow of Ritual and they say, okay, now I'm going to reach for my weakness exposed and come one at a time. I'm not wasting my time with that. Yes, I have Nakaru, and yes, he's the best duelist in the game. But I just want to buy my big dudes and throw myself at your provinces. I don't want to be messing around with trying to get my dual triggers off. So, yay big monsters, man. Yay big monsters.
So over on my side, I'm playing Race Sensei. This Sensei was terrible for the first
Sure.
year. Um, but then New Order happened, and I think that all turned around because of one little spell called Final Ruin. And Final Ruin
Okay,
with.
well, two things.
Yeah, I mean, a
I'm
number of
going to
things
interject
happened.
because it's
So,
not a little spell, right? I object on the little spellness, and I object on the oneness.
yeah, okay. So, a number. Like, there's slowly pieces have been building up to make this deck a real thing. But Final Ruin is really what put everything into place. Last arc, when Burning Spirit was previewed, really started eyeballing Rei Sensei because this is unopposed force. You can just sort of pump guys up really, really big. And if you combine it with Shiba Araki here, he gets +3/+3 from it. So you can get like an 11 force guy, like 11, 12, 13, 14 force guy pretty quickly with that. Um, but really, so Final Ruin's the card. And the reason that is because we can Final Ruin up one of our Sugenja, then we can give him Jade Ascension, and then we can just start blowing up all their stuff without ever risking one of our guys. And then getting big with Burning Spirit or just using our Koan's Whisper to attack provinces. So we're a military deck that sort of sits and absorbs the early attacks and then comes back with an overwhelming board state that they, in theory, can't interact with because we're all sitting at home now. Paul's playing some Planted Evidence and some Unsettling Gatherings with some Splash Sugenja, so we're not allowed to have nice things, but we're going to try to grind through it anyway. The rest of the deck's filled up with some other effects we can do from home. Fire Kami's Greed and Dragon's Breath are both just.
I don't even know. Planet's not really a card against you, right? The guy you're suiting up is generally going to be 4 chi. I generally don't have a ninja, so I don't think Planet will do a whole. I think you might be overestimated, but I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see.
And then we've got a cancellation package with Ward of Air, Interrupt the Void's Flow. That's like in case we ever want to send our. We ever need to make some kind of all-in attack or all-in defense for some reason. Also, it's just like a backup plan. You know, if they have sudden movement to move in our Death Star, we can Ward of Air home, or we can interrupt the Void's Flow to sort of, if we attack and they have the favor, we can Void's Flow the favor and stay there with our Yojimbo. We're also playing Strength of the Fifth Ring because it's like the best card ever, and Thoughtless Sacrifice because it's sweet with Burning Spirit. Yep.
I am so disappointed. You're playing Phoenix. You told me you were going to play Phoenix. You didn't tell me you were doing Race Sensei. I was so hoping you were going to play like a fortification-based Phoenix deck. I was really like I got my 3 Demolishers. I was so like, this is going to happen. I'm going to get to do this. And then you just let me down, man. You let me down.
I'm so off fortifications. So if you watched our review videos, the Holdings review, you can see me just bust on every single fortification that's printed. Don't play any of them. I'm certainly not gonna. You shouldn't either. If you do and you get rolled,
I thought you were going for the rope-a-dope. I thought it was a rope-a-dope limits. I really thought I was going to get to turn it on. Okay. So are we set? You want to get some games going here?
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
Okay.